Welcome back to Air Hauler, episode 39. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. As you can see, we've already stacked up a bunch of jobs for Daisy. What we're going to do here is just run a bunch of jobs, and we sorted it. And so you can see we've just packed them on for her to go KSP to KNZY, KNZY to KPSP, and vice versa. So hopefully this will generate a whole bunch of revenue for us. And when we look at our reputation log, we're definitely improving and bringing that overall rep up, which is going to give us better jobs as well as better routes, hopefully. And if we jump into the graph, we can see here in the graph, just as we're climbing and really digging our way up that list. Now, we obviously have a high cargo reputation, but our packs and mission reputation are low. One of these days, we're going to have to look at doing some of those missions, but they're just not cost effective. They don't really make us money, so who cares? Speaking of money, there it is. As we can see, we've really been running Daisy hard. It's not hard once you get into a flow of setting up a bunch of jobs, linking them together, and letting your pilot run for a few days. So this is going to be good for us to make some money off of Daisy, but we'll also have to look into what we're going to do about ourselves. Looking at our cash flow, we've got over $340,000 sitting in the bank, which is nice, and our outgoing expenses are not too high. So we've got all that in hand, no longer scared from before. So as we look at the page, we can see that Daisy is currently loading up cargo at KPSP, and of course we've got the other Bonanza up at KCPM or Compton. So yeah, let's go ahead and let Daisy fly her route and then go find some more stuff for us. Well, we do not look to have anything decent coming out of CPM, so we're just going to move the plane back to KNZY, and then we'll see what we can do about picking it up. So we're going to click OK, and yep, we're going to go direct. Why not? And start the sim, play simulator, and place us at KCPM. Fuel and payload. $170, 0, and 64 gallons. So 32. That puts us at 2849. All right, 2849, back in the cockpit. Let's just switch over, and we're gonna click OK here. Excellent.
Welcome to your air hauler flight. Start up and taxi.
Start up and taxi. Okay. Well, let's get ourselves power goes on, fuel pump goes on, mixture goes rich, fuel pump goes off. Go ahead, parking brake, crack that throttle a little bit, and clear prop. Make sure we are on the fullest tank. Avionic master goes on. Panel lights, nav lights. Alright. Get our flaps set so we don't forget. And avionics off, avionics on. Okay, so so let's go ahead and look out of our nose. All right, so let's get those in. And
Taxi and take off.
just swing it around. Info, let's go to frequencies. Let's go to the AWAS. And we are not finding anything. Okay, so we're gonna go to nearest and KLAX. Let's see if we can get KLX ATIS. Two 995. All right, so the 2.5s. Okay, good enough. Unicom, let's go Unicom. Good enough. Okay, so the 2.4s are where we want to go, which we are right there. All right, so landing light goes on. We are ready to depart. So we're gonna go off of, let's just look out. Yep, we're good. All right, we're gonna go off of 2.5 left since we're already here. And since we're departing to the south, it will make it easier. All right, flaps, power, mixture. Let's get ourselves on the center line. What was that? Whoa, wind correction. There we go. Let's go outside and tap the brakes. Gear goes up. And we're climbing and our speed is increasing. So away we go. All right. Well, let's go ahead.
En route. Fly this sector and land at your destination.
Alright, so we'll start to make a left-hand turn. Trying to stay out of the airspace that's in front of us that we're just nicking on. Yeah, so that airspace is, so we want to stay under it, so we got to stay below 2,500. So we're good. Actually 5,000. We're good. We're gonna just make our way out of it anyway. Keeping clear. And let's continue our turn. And we'll try to steer clear. Well, if we go across LGBs, or cut through LGBs, we'll be okay. Alright, so let's go direct to, and let's go, no, direct to is K, N, Z, Y. We'll do our islands. Alright, there we are. And activate our direct to. Excellent. We want to stay close so we can view our airspace. There we go. Alright, well, let's get our yaw dampener on. Definitely need to power us back. And bring that prop back. Alright, there we go. We are literally just going to skirt the airspace, so that's good. And at this point, we're going to be crossing the water. We are on .132, so we can go even. East is odd, so let's go up to 7,500. Should have been on the right GPS. Okay, so we're on the correct GPS. Excellent. There we go. We are nav. And autopilot goes on. All right, well, at this point, we're going to go ahead for a moment and we're going to go into heading select. Since we'll be landing 29, let's go ahead and get set up for the left base while we descend. We'll descend at about 1,200 feet per minute. We are throttled back nicely. Actually, if we just pop this out, have a look at the Aspen. Wow, don't really need to see much of the knobs, so whatever. There we go. There's Kaysan. And the nice, beautiful San Diego. Alright, so let's go to our visual approach and visual 2.9, and let's activate the approach. Perfect. That's where the visual approach would be. We've got the extra marker for it, though we won't really need it. Nice view of the airport. So of course it's going to be 290, so we take 180 off of it, and so we want a heading of 110. Dial in a heading 110, and that'll take us on the reciprocal. Excellent, easy, not really a big deal. Plus, you can see the city. Continue down to 1,000 feet. At this point, we can slow down to about 500 feet per minute, so it'll bring the nose up. And start bleeding off some of that speed. We're a beam roughly our point, so what we'll do now, we'll stay in that view. So what we'll do now is we'll change our heading, and we'll make a left-hand turn to 335. That'll give us our 45-degree intercept angle. See the nice beach down there. Around nicely as we are descending towards our approach. We are well within our gear speed. Go ahead and drop the gear. we are in our flap speed. So let's have a look outside. Put our flaps into approach mode, and then we'll go ahead and come on back inside. Let's pop this guy back out. Go into the nose, and we are nicely intercepting just ahead. And we are at our 1,000. We're actually a little low, but we were losing some speed. Okay. And let's get on to our localizer. We probably just blew through it. Oh, did we ever blow through it? Now, is it going to cycle automatically into approach mode for us? Nope. Okay, approach mode it is. And that nose should go over. Alright. Very bad repositioning of the aircraft by me. Spent too much time worrying about that. And didn't activate the approach as we were intercepting. But this has come off, and we can see we're holding the green diamond. So the diamond's holding here for our vertical path, and holding the localizer for the horizontal. So the visual given off by the GTN is great. Not like we haven't seen it before, but it's very cool.
500.
There's our 500 call. And autopilot and yaw dampener go out. Just before minimums. Excellent. Let's keep aileron into the wind. Nose on the center line.
Landed. Taxi and park. Landing was a greaser.
There we go. Alright, let's get this slowed up. And we go into our safe taxi diagrams. And we can see that our closest taxiway is actually behind us. There we go, nice view outside. Go ahead and get the avionics off. All the lights go off. Pull the mixture to idle cutoff.
Tab back to air hauler to offload/load cargo and fuel.
Alright,
I recommend
so
closing FSX between flights/jobs.
Will do, we will do. Alright, we have landed, we are in. Let's head over to air hauler. And we're going to go ahead, and there is nothing to offload. We do have, obviously, the materials that are going back to KPSP when Daisy comes to arrive. But what was more important was we wanted to get ourselves in, get landed, and we will now finish here at KNZY. So we have repositioned the plane, and the plane is ready to go. But with this kind of cash, you know, I would say we are now at the point where we're at a pilot shortage for ourselves. We've been able to run Daisy quite busy for quite some time. So if we go and we look at our company information and we look at our finances, right, we're doing really well for the amount coming in to the amount going out. Now we've done a much better job. Our income has been phenomenal. We got good company cash on hand. So when we look at our ledger and we see, you know, great, I moved the plane, but lately Daisy has been doing everything, right? We've just been packing her up in between these air hauler sessions, and it's making a lot of money. So I think we need to hire another pilot to manage our other plane so we can really start adding to it. So we've only got our one pilot, which is Daisy on the crew. So let's go ahead and head over to the marketplace and let's see if we can pick up another pilot. Now, here we also want to up Daisy's stats, but Daisy's now got a CPL and a multiple IFR, I think. Now here would be a good win because by picking up Jessica, we get a CPL, good, starting at a good point. But she's already capable on the Bonanza A36. Now, if we go up and look at Iden Savage, we'd have to get him qualified. So we're going to just go ahead and we are going to, well, we'll look at her skills. Fast pack sporting, well, not much for cargo. Mostly she's been a PAX operator. All right, well, we'll come back to that in a second then. Let's look at Grace. Grace has a lot of planes, none of the planes we fly. We have a wannabe here, though capable on the A36. But he's a wannabe. If we look at his skills, he's got like lower prices, bargain basement. So he's not going to help us much. And is it really worth our while to spend the money? I don't know. All right, well, we're going to take Jessica anyway, and I guess we'll have to add some cargo stuff to it because we are a cargo line, but that's okay. So we're going to hire Jessica. Yes, we're going to do it. We now officially have 3 planes. So choose a base to deploy this pilot. Let's send to the North Island currently because excellent. Now we have Jessica. Awesome. Great to hear. Sweet. Now let's go to our fleet. Can we assign a pilot? We can. Let's go ahead and put Jessica on 9092 Tango. So now Jessica's on 9029 Tango, and if we go back to our cargo jobs, right, we can see that these are being run by Daisy. Daisy's going to take care of the rest of this, really. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to available jobs, and we are going to find from KNZY and we could just do some KNZY to KPSP. Let's go ahead. That one's going to need 2 runs. And that we know. And there's a shrimp run as well. Well, let's assign that to AI. Yes. We are going to give it to Jessica. Click OK.
And then we're going to come down KNZY to KPSP. We'll give the shrimp as well. Assign that. Yes. We're going to also give that to Jessica. Click OK. Now let's get a KPSP and let's hope there is a, there we go, a KPSP back to KNZY. Perfect. That will get her back in between to pick up the other rest of the load. So we are going to click on this. Yes, and again, we will give that to Jessica. So now we've got our accepted jobs. We are stacking up our personnel. If we go to our personnel and we check on, not our personal, sorry, we want our operations. So now we can see that Daisy became a CPL MEIR multi-engine instrument rated, so she's number 6. She's got 2 more skills. Let's go ahead and we're gonna add an extra cargo loading, and we want to add what should we add? Maybe we'll add a in-flight less cargo damage. All right. And up next, higher cargo job payments. So we probably want to add one of those on our next one. But for now, we got our skill assignments maxed out. Yes, we did fail another job with her. It's our fault. We stacked a couple things way too close. So she's currently in the middle of delivering, I'm guessing the soft drinks. So if we look at the fleet and we look at the plane that Daisy's flying, and if we look at cargo on board, she's got soft drinks and she's got some radios. So she's already maximized into her next item. And so when we look at her jobs, so both this one and the radios have already been started. So she's going to pick up some of that clothing. She's going to take that back up. Then she'll bring this back, and then she'll take the rest of the clothing up. So Daisy, pretty stacked here. She's going to be doing all of that. And then what'll happen with Jessica is once she starts, she is pilot of that Bonanza. Crew number 1, pilot of, oh well, she's got that. She's loading at KNZY, so she's going to load up the soft drinks. She will not get all of it, but she'll go up. Then she'll return with all of these tools and then pick up the last of this along with the shrimp and then head back to KPSP. So once we get her to KPSP, on the final leg, we will look at getting some more stuff done. And this is great because if I'm lucky enough to have this posted, you will find out that I am literally running out in 20 minutes to the airport. I'm gone. I'm off to Madrid. Hopefully, I post this and some of the other video content while I'm away to keep it sequentially going, and then not have too much of a gap like the last time when I went away. All right, well, with that, let's take an end to episode 39 in our Air Hauler series. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and come see us on the next one when we push the limits and get ourselves closer to a turboprop.